How y'all doing? I feel like how y'all doing? This your Wednesday guy Kaden here, coming with a video. Pretty much we're gonna be talking about family or not too family. So, with me, I'm a family oriented person, so I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna hang out with my family or I'm not gonna go see them. Just because one of my core family values is to have family time or at least be able to spend some type of time with your family. Now, granted, there are a few limitations that I have with that as well. However, I do like to just go and see and visit my family so that I can see everybody that I haven't seen throughout the year or 2 years or however long it's been since I haven't seen that individual. So, let's talk about the last holiday that just passed. So, like with Thanksgiving, um, my family kind of like most of them kind of have like an idea of okay, this person is transitioning. Not a lot of people ask me questions about it. However, they do for the most part. Still, I feel like my bad. So for the most part, everybody like family wise, we're just gonna say family wise, still calls me Cabrina, which is my birth name. With me, it doesn't bother me. It's starting to. However, it's not bothering me from the perspective of them calling me Cabrina, just because I'm not around them that much. I'm not around them that much to where it's like an everyday thing where I'm like, okay, this is starting to get annoying. Um, it's like I may go and visit my grandparents for Thanksgiving and then talk to them then, or I may see them occasionally throughout the year. Then with like my immediate family, I really haven't had much time to go spend with them because I've been working and I've been in school and spending some time with Janae as well. So it's like I'm gonna be honest, most of the people that I'm around, 90% of the time, one, respect my transition, my pronouns, my name, my chosen name, all of that. So for me to be around my family, I'll say this: like I'll go and see everybody to see them because since my grandma died, I have this big thing about being at least seeing my family. Because before I just used to be like, I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna see them. I don't want to hang out. But since my grandma passed, it's like let me at least go see them and talk, see how everybody's been doing. At least do that. And then with that, I'll have certain limitations, like with the whole respecting my name and the pronouns. It's only going it only takes me up to a certain point, and then I'm gonna nip it in the butt, or I'm gonna end the conversation, just because I feel like once something becomes disrespectful, I'm going to exit myself from the situation before I get angry and try to address it angry. Just because I feel like once I was addressing things angry, the outcome that it wasn't what I expected it to be. But yeah. So like with I want to talk about younger trans youth as well. So like with younger trans youth, it's like you have one or two scenarios. You have the parents that'll force you to go, or the parents that's just like, well, just stay home, blah 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 blah. If you're in the unfortunate case of that, where they force you to go and nobody's respecting you or is being consistently disrespectful to you, then I would say like this: do one or two things. Hang out with your cousins if you have cousins that respect you for who you are, or bring a friend along with you if your family is accepting to having friends at Thanksgiving. Either way, bring somebody or have somebody there that respects you in your transition. Now, another thing is, sometimes I just woke up and I'm still a little tired. But I think this. Oh, I don't know. I can't see. My glasses aren't on. But in another case scenario is where you have individuals who are sorta or completely independent, and they have the option to go or to not go. And to me, I feel like the least, just in my case, I can do is at least go, show my face, say hi, speak to everybody, and then if I feel uncomfortable, I'll just leave, or I'll just go back to my safe space. That's fine with me. I like being home too, so it's like be home, go home with bae, play games, play video games all day, drink some hot chocolate while staying in bed. That works for me too. But for real, like I would say like this: like if you have family members that are disrespectful, I would try to tell them at least once or twice if they're around you that much for it to matter. Like I may see my aunts and my uncles on my father's side once a year. I see them at most once or twice a year, and it's the days that they're down for Thanksgiving. So I choose not to be forceful with the situation because I only see you once or twice. And to me, it's not a significant amount of it to matter. Just like I wouldn't tell a complete stranger that I see once or twice a year that I'm trans or that this is why I do this. It's the same uh, reason I won't address it with my aunties and my uncles. Now, granted, if we saw each other more, then it'd be like a thing that I made priority. Just like with my immediate family, it's going to be at one point. It's going to become a priority for me to address and then snip it in the butt. If not, then we have some things to talk about or to not talk about. But that's just how I view the whole family thing. And another thing with being family oriented, it kind of sucks at the end of the day because you want all of your family members to respect you. However, you're in some cases you may not get that, and then you have to start demanding or doing things in order to get your respect. Some of these things may not be appropriate. However, they get you the respect that you needed or you wanted. That somebody may have not listened to or gotten the first time you initially told them or the second or however many times you told them. So what I do to prevent that is I don't do things out of anger. Well, I'm starting to learn to not do things when you're angry. Because with transitioning, and all of this ties into family, guys. So like if you're the type of person that you're around your family all the time and you're on testosterone, then it what you're going to learn is you're going to have that inclination to when you're getting angry, you may not suppress your anger more. You may be straightforward with it. So like if I see myself getting a little angry with some things that possibly, let's see, my brother, my mom, or my dad said for some strange reason they told me something I don't like. I'm literally going to, and this is not my case, guys. I choose not to talk about my family because I'm very protective over them, like extremely protective. So, like my immediate family and my girlfriend, I'm extremely protective over it. So it's like I'm not gonna say anything that's going. Everything with them is gonna be hypothetical. So, um, like let's say if they tell me something I didn't like, right? I'm literally going to calm down for a little minute. I may space out. I'm going to space out because if I address them while I'm angry, it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna end well. I'm trying to learn how to control my anger, which some of y'all may have to learn as well. So I just go away in my brain for a little minute, and then I come back, and then I address it right then and there. And it may be like a little 2 second thing. Like I may just go and then come back, and then be like, well, this is what I'll do with this case, in this case, in this case. And if you don't want to respect it, then you can either do this or this, or I will do this and this. And then they'll be like, you didn't do that before, right? Because now it's different. Things are different. So I try to handle things right then and there. Now, if once I get to a point with my family where my birth name becomes an issue for them, to where they can't uh, get it right at a certain point, then that's things that we gonna have to talk about. We gonna have to address because to me, I feel like if we're all changing, we're all evolving, and in life, we have to learn and take people's situations, whether it be something that you're doing for me or I'm doing for you. There are things that have to be worked through, regardless of whether I want to work through them or not. So sometimes, just like I have to suck some things up about my life and things that go on, there's some things about your life that I have to suck up, and then there's some things about my life you just gonna have to suck up. Because there are some things about yourself that I may have or hadn't had or haven't, that's correct, had or haven't had to suck up. And I feel like with that component right there, it should drive your family, especially, to want to be more accepting to your pronouns and to your respect with your transition. If I can meet somebody on the street and tell them the same thing and it doesn't change their aspect of whether they call me Caden or Cabrina, most people call me Caden, then I'm around most of the time. I get he, him, no sir, yes sir. So if I have to exclude myself from my family for a brief period of time, not enough to where I'm not going to see them, but for a brief period of time, that's just something that has to happen. That's something that's going to happen. That's just what I have to do. Now, granted, within that time, if family feels like, oh, you're not coming around as much. Oh, we don't see you as much. Oh, you want to know why? Because of this, this, and this. Once you fix this, this, and this, I will fix this, this, and this. Or if you want me to come around more, then this is what has to happen. I will come around more if you need me to start doing that to help you become familiar with who I am now. That's fine with me. As long as it changes. Don't have me coming around if things are not going to change. Now, also, there are a few other things that I like to talk about. So um, the people who choose not to go around their families at all, at all. I feel like that's not something, a choice that somebody makes because they want to make that choice. I feel like that decision, because I used to get quite like when I was at school, people used to ask me, "So you're not gonna hang around your family, huh?" It's a, and I would ask them why. They'd be like, "Well, we're in the South. You know, most people, you're, a trans man of color. You know how, I go to HBCU, so it's conversations like this are open at my school just because, you're sitting in a class with people that look like you. So, um, one girl asked me, she was like, you know how our people are. They just, they don't come around to nothing, and older people are stuck in their ways, yada 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 yada. I was like, well, I'm not gonna exclude my family from out of my life just because I made a decision. Now, granted, if they don't respect my decision, just like some decisions that they've made in their lives, that I had to respect regardless of whatever was going on, there's some things when it becomes a respect factor to respect that person's decision. And if you need to have conversation with that person, you have conversation with them. I'm the type of person where if my mom came to me and be like, I want to talk to you, and I don't like this and I don't like that, and I wish you didn't do this, and I wish you, my mom probably feels like that. It's just that it comes a point where she has to learn to, I'm her child, I am. However, there are some things you have to respect. I'm a child, but I'm also an adult. And I've had conversations with my mom where we sat down, we talked, and I told my mom, I was like, I'll give you enough time, and I don't want to be forceful with this with you. I understand this is difficult as a parent. You raise somebody, and this person is turning into a completely different individual. However, my mom still said it may take me time, which is fine. That's okay. Like, what do you want me to say? No, I need it now. I want you to take me now. Granted, I wish it was the case, but some things take time, guys. And sometimes with me, like when I have conversations with my mom, I really haven't talked too much with my dad because I want to have enough time to talk to him instead of having bits and pieces of conversation here and there with him. Because I already know how he's going to take things, and I have to kind of be very careful with how I address things with him because he's very traditional. I'll say that. And but he also, told me when I told him I'm doing this, I respect your decision. It just may take me some time, and I have to learn things like that. So I did have supportive parents. The thing is, it was about them adjusting in their adjustment period. So it's all about your situation. If you don't have parents like that, you have parents where they're just like, I'm not going to change. Yeah, this is who I, who this is the person that I birthed. This is the person that came out your mother. Yada yada yada. And this is who I'm going to respect. I'm not going to respect you. Let me tell you something. Turn to that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I've had friends or trans guys or trans women who came to me and said that was a situation, and they tried to work their parents through it, and some of them were successful, but for the majority of it, was not successful. And I mean, talking about 5, 6 years down the line, not successful with this. So I wouldn't want you, if you're a family-oriented person like myself, to get hurt at the end of the day because your family chooses to not respect you. Because respect is a choice. Just like you choose to respect your parents can also have the choice to respect you or not. You also have that choice and that option. And if it comes to a point where if you go home just to see everybody and just, show your face, see everybody, make sure everybody's good, and people address you, ignore them. Just ignore them. Sometimes when people call me Cabrina, I'm so not used, and sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not. If somebody called me Cabrina and I won't answer. Like I saw a girl I went to school with a couple weeks ago, and she was like, Cabrina, 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 Cabrina. Like, I hung out with her a lot in high school. And then I saw her, and then she was just like, Cabrina, Cabrina, Cabrina. Out of instinct, I'm not used to being called Cabrina. I'm not. I'm used to being called Cabe or Caden. So I'm more responsive to that. And so I had to think about it. I was like, whoa, wait. And then I turned around and was like, hey, oh my gosh, you look so good, blah, 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 blah. And some people, for some people call me Cabrina, and I won't answer. I would literally, like, somebody ask me a question, I'll look in your face, and I'll just be like, the person that you're trying to talk to right now no longer exists. If you would like to talk to them, then you should have been here, like, 2 years ago. That's just, but I'm also I like to be an ass sometimes. Just sometimes. Just because it's like, dude, really? Like, really? You can clearly see I'm not the same person. Just learn to respect each other's opinions or what we choose to do, whether it be directly or something that you do indirectly that people cannot see. So, yeah, it's your Wednesday guy, Caden, and I'm finally happy that I can actually get a video to y'all before like 12 o'clock. I don't know if it is 12 o'clock, but yeah, it was good to finally get a video out early since I'm not in school. So up until January, my video is going to be early, guys, as long as I don't have anything going on. Also, quick little update, I have my last doctor's appointment for my annual yearly checkups. My last appointment for that is on the 28th, and I can't wait. I don't have to see the endocrinologist after that for another 5 years. In 5-year cycles, I'm ecstatic about it. Because now, it's just different points of your transition that you should set levels for. And probably when we get a free topic week, I'll talk to you guys about that. But I hope everybody enjoys it. Wednesday video's probably long. Hopefully y'all have some time to watch it. But yeah, it's Wednesday guy, Caden, I'm out.